Let me say this to you. And I'm just bringing light to this because oftentimes we walk around and we're trying to figure out our whys and how we get there and what's going on with us. And is it us or is it them? Let me explain something to you. Sometimes as a chosen one, that can be our downfall. We see people's potential instead of the reality. We see them for their potential instead of their reality. So we see in real life, in real time, that they really not showing up for us. We see in real life, in real time, that they really not supporting us. We see in real life, in real time, that they really don't have the capacity to carry what it is that you're giving them. So listen, instead of us taking that for face value, we dig and we pry and we keep showing up to the potential of who this person could be. When God is saying, no, leave that up to me. Leave the potential up to me. You cannot change anybody from being who they truly are. God has to do the work within them. They have to get into co-creation with the Heavenly Father and decide to heal, and decide to change, and decide to show up, and decide to keep it real and 100, and decide to walk in authenticity, and decide to be bold about who they are. They have to make that decision. So even though you see the potential, even though you see that there may be a good outcome between the two of y'all, listen, do not waste your time on people and their potential. If they don't have the courage, if they don't have the audacity, if they don't have the care to show up as their authentic selves, or to show up as a version that's cohesive to you, then move on. Do not waste any more time on people's potential. Now, am I saying you can't help people? No. What I'm saying is when you exhausted yourself, when it's starting to disturb your peace, when you start trying to, overdo and overextend, it's time for you to cut ties. No hard feelings. It's literally time for you to cut ties. God is removing some people out of your life. It's not you. It's God that's doing it. These people, they don't want to change. They want to stay in drama. They want to stay in toxic behavior. They want to connect with other toxic people. Let me explain something to y'all. Y'all might be in y'all woes and talking about how y'all have to do life alone and you got to walk alone and you don't understand, which I get it. But let me explain this to you. You cannot connect with everybody because most of this world is full of wicked people and you are rare. You are a rare gem. And because you don't walk around with that toxicity, because your heart is pure, you cannot connect to anybody. Toxic people love other toxic people. That's why you can't find anybody to resonate with you, or there's very few. Those of us that are gathering here on this platform, yeah, we are like-minded people, but it's very rare. Look how we are communicating, y'all, online. When was the last time you actually came in contact with somebody that's chosen like you, that got a pure heart like you, that move like you, that think like you in real time? Think about it. Toxic people love to be with other toxic people. And that's because they don't have to have any accountability when they connect with other toxic people. That's because when they connect with other toxic people, it validates their foolishness. That's because when they connect with other toxic people, they're not challenged. They don't feel like they have to compete. They're both on low vibrational walks. But when they come in contact with you, you challenge them. When they come in contact with you, you expose things that they otherwise would not see or other people do not see. They connect with people that can only see them from the physical aspects, but you see them for their potential. You see them for what it truly is. You see them. But they rather stay in this state of stagnant. They rather stay in this state of drama. They rather stay in this state of toxic. And listen, some of these people, they will connect with people that you have mutual friends with just to get you all riled up and try to make you jealous. They have no interest in your mutual friends. They only want to stay connected and get connected to these people to find out information about you. Toxic. To sit up and, come against you. Toxic. They really have no interest in this other person that you have a mutual friend with. They are just simply connecting to these people because some of them want to know what you got going on in your life. So they'll use that person to dig information. I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. It's time to be real and raw and call it for what it is. Because some people need to know and need to hear this. And they watch you. They sit back. They analyze you. They're full of toxic and drama. They need to be healed. And y'all, I'm not saying this to be mean. It's just, it got to be said. And I want you to understand what's happening when it comes to you having to do this journey sometimes alone, having to walk alone. You cannot connect to any and everybody because these people have a hardened heart. They are full of darkness. They have toxic things and situations, and they don't want to heal from it. They just want to keep you along and drag you along and use you for your good energy. For when they need to be pepped up and picked up and encouraged, they'll use you for that. But anything outside of that, they don't want to have nothing to do with you. They're too afraid to really be seen. Toxic people love other toxic people. They can't relate to you. They can't resonate with you unless they actually want to do the inner work, unless they actually want to heal. But God is removing some people out of your life because they don't want to do the work. They're okay with where they are. They okay for settling. They're okay for being with other people that they know don't really rock with them. They're okay with that. That's their truth. That's their reality. They're comfortable with that. And that's fine, to each his own. But as for you and yours, you cannot entangle yourself with people like that. It will slow you down. It will pull you back. It will have you drained. It will have you confused. And wherever there's confusion, you better know there's the enemy. There's the devil. So y'all listen. Listen to me. Sometimes we put ourselves in situations because we see people for their potential instead of what they're really showing us, instead of the reality of what it really is. And the reality is they are not trying to invest in themselves, and so they can't invest in you. Some people don't know how to love themselves, so they can't love you. Some people need time to try to figure it out, so you can't sit and wait on them. You have to move on with your life. You have to move on with your life. Again, am I saying you cannot help people? Absolutely not. But you have to know when to cut it off. You have to know when it's over. You have to know when God has cut and burned the ties of that connection. That means it's over. Literally. Wash your hands of it. And sometimes y'all, I know y'all might say it's easier said than done. But listen, baby, get on your face. Start fasting. Find you something else to do. Start hanging out with other people that truly value you and want to spend time with you. Disconnect yourself. Cut these people off cold turkey. No regret, no remorse, especially when you're giving your all to that situation, to that job, to that person. It's okay for you to cut them off and move on. Unapologetically. Stop looking at people for their potential and look at what they really putting out there. Take it for what it is. Face value for what it is. Because that in this season is what it is. Maybe they will change. But right now, if they're not showing no interest, no concern, no change, move on, baby. Move on. Your life will be so much lighter. Your life will be so much better. You will find yourself with more energy. You will find yourself more happy, with peace. Because you're not carrying around other people and their toxic energy. Again, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Stop looking at people for their potential and look at it for what it is. Allow God to do the inner work in them. Period.